There are 218 quests in Oblivion, not including DLC, and some of those quests are so good that they remain in our memory even after decades. So today, let's remember why we fell in love with the beautiful world of Cyrodiil. Zero visibility. To the north of Imperial City lies the village of Aleswell, and on a first glance this settlement is completely empty. If we take a closer look, we will find out that it's not abandoned. The houses are in good condition. The fields are sown with vegetables. Observing even closer, we will find that hoe works on its own, and doors open and close also. So what's the mystery, what's the secret this village hides? It will turn out that all villagers have become invisible, and if we spend a little time near the inn, its owner will come to us and ask for help.
Everyone in Aleswell suddenly became invisible several weeks ago. It was sort of fun at first, but the novelty has definitely worn off now. We're sure it was Ankatar's doing, but we can't find him. If you can help us, we will be extremely grateful.
Finding this wizard will not be a hard task, cause he lives nearby. The only problem you can encounter is invisible animals, but in the end it will turn out that he was just trying to conduct an experiment, and he didn't even know about the village, and frankly speaking, don't care at all.
You can tell them not to worry. The effect is not actually permanent. It should wear off eventually. Well, in a year or two, maybe a bit more. There's no way to be absolutely sure. That's the exciting thing about basic research.
Anyway, after a little grumbling, he will give us a scroll to reverse the spell. But I was always wondering how this wizard look like. So let's use the first scroll right here.
Look what you've done! Spoiled my invisibility! This is my reward for trying to help the wretched villagers?
Oh, he will be a little bit disappointed, but as a real scientist, he used to make backups and have the second scroll. But this one can't be lost, since there will be no third one, and quest will be failed. With nothing else to do, let's stand in the center of the village and let's cast the spell to disenchant the villagers, for which we will get the opportunity to rest in the inn for free. Small quest with a small reward, but it's precisely for such unexpected and mysterious quests. We all love Oblivion, and they will stay in our memory forever.
Thank you, thank you. I can't tell you how good it feels to be able to see myself again. My sisters, on the other hand, I wouldn't mind if they had stayed invisible.
A brush with death. An artist has disappeared in the town of Cheydinhall.
His specialty is setting the great forest to canvas. The paintings look so amazingly real that some say they can see the trees sway in the breeze.
After talking to his wife, we will learn that he locked himself in the studio and hasn't left for 3 days. After searching the studio, we will find out that icon on one of the paintings has turned into the door. Is it really possible to enter the painting? And yes, when we enter the painting, we will find ourselves in a new amazing world, painted with oiled paints. I especially like the sky, just look at it. It's all about the magic brush that cunning thief stole.
The brush allows the artist to paint from within a canvas. It opens a portal into which the artist may enter to paint things life-sized. All the painter has to do is have the brush in his possession, and whatever he imagines appears in the canvas.
While running away with the help of the magic brush, Thief somehow managed to draw trolls, who eventually killed him. Our task is simple: fight the trolls and return the brush. Having done this, the artist will be able to draw a portal leading back from the painting.
Tivella.
Wraith, oh my love, you're home safe. I was so afraid.
The reward will be very unusual, but it definitely looks stylish. The Shadow of Hackdirt. This story will begin in a town of Coral, in a remarkable store called Northern Goods and Trade. A charming Argonian will ask you to find her daughter, who went to the nearby settlement of Hackdirt.
My daughter Dharma never came back from Hackdirt. I'm dreadfully worried something may have happened to her.
She will also tell us that Dharma had a horse named Blossom. Not suspecting anything bad, we set off to Hackdirt. The town makes a creepy impression, half-burned houses, desolation. All inhabitants of the settlement look extremely strange, with irregularly shaped heads. They greet us unfriendly, and I even can say hostile.
We don't like strangers meddling in our affairs. Let me give you some advice, stranger. Leave. Now. You ain't welcome here.
If you visit the church, on the altar you will find the Bible of Deep Ones. Well, everyone has their own oddities. It's time to ask about Argonian. The merchant Dharma went through will deny seeing her.
I don't know any Dharma. If you're talking about that cursed Argonian swindler from Coral, I'd like to know where she is too.
But we will find her horse Blossom nearby. The owner of the inn will also deny everything. But if we get to the second floor, we will find destroyed room and the girl diary in the night shed. After this, he will admit that the girl was here, but will say that she left long ago. So villagers are just lying, all except one. Jeff Hero will approach us on the street, hinting that he knows where Dharma went, and he will ask us to pay him a visit only after 9 p.m.
Shh. We can't talk here. They'll get suspicious. The girl is in danger. Meet me tonight after dark in my house.
Let's pay him a visit. Here we will learn that all inhabitants of the village are cultists worshipping Deep Ones who demand blood, and poor Dharma is held prisoner in the dungeons located under the town, and her life in danger, cause cultists want to sacrifice her.
I didn't know what they were planning. They want to bring back the Deep Ones. I thought I did too, but she's so innocent.
It's time to act, and through the hatches in the floors. By the way, every house in this village has hatches in the floor. We will descend into the dungeon, and in one of the caverns we will find cell with Argonian locked in.
Please, let me out of here. You must help me escape. I think these creatures plan to do something horrible to me tonight.
We can pick lock and silently escape, or we can kill all the villagers who will come down here at midnight to make a sacrifice. All that remains is to take the girl to the city and get our reward. Hackdirt is one of the most terrible places in all Cyrodiil, and if you decide to spend the night in the inn, you will find out what true horror is. An Unexpected Voyage. I must admit, this quest took me by surprise. In Imperial City there is an inn called Bloated Float. The inn itself is very unique because it's a ship converted into an inn. Inside you will find nothing unusual. But if you decide to spend the night here, in the morning you will be surprised.
There's a room, all right, and a fine room it is. A wise choice indeed. You've never had a night's rest like this, I assure you.
When you wake up, you will realize that the ship has been hijacked, and now you're in the open sea. The entire staff, consisting only from 2 people, is taken hostage by Blackwater brigands. It's a small, unknown gang consisting only from 4 people. We will deal with the Blackwater brigands one by one. Later we will free the bouncer and learn that those pirates was looking for a golden galleon, a fabled treasure. And in the end we save the captain and deal with the leader of the ruthless gang, Celine, who have a unique blade in her possession. It's called Blackwater Blade. Having defeated her in a duel or having persuaded her to surrender, we will get this sword anyway. Quest is completed. All that remains is to enjoy the open sea and spend another night in your cabin to return to the shore. But what about the treasure?
Well, I'm afraid all of this was my fault. They hijacked the Bloated Float because of me. Business has been waning of late, so I invented a story. I fashioned a tale about a golden galleon that the previous owner hid within this very vessel. It was to be a statuette made completely of gold. At the time, The idea was quite clever, I thought. I figured the lore would draw more curiosity seekers and adventurers looking for the treasure.
Sheogorath, perhaps the most spectacular quest will be the task given to you by the Prince of Madness himself. You can get this task by visiting Sheogorath's shrine.
I used to be a dog. I got better. Not a better dog, though. I'm a terrible dog now. Tomorrow? Who knows? Ravel may know. Talk to him.
Bugs. Bugs everywhere, all over. Wonderful, tasty bugs. No time for you. Talk to Ravel. He doesn't like the bugs. Not even with mead.
Well, it's time to talk to the priest. Maybe he will say something sensible.
Killed and ate a Bosmer there, but it made me sick. Saw Lord Sheogorath in the vomitus, so that's all right. Here to sacrifice? A limb would be nice.
But of course, as an offering, you will be asked to bring 3 very random items, which you most likely will not have in your pockets.
And you'll need an offering. I think a lesser soul gem, a head of lettuce, and some yarn will do the trick.
What can I say? Let's gather this garbage and make an offering.
I could turn you into a goat, or a puddle, or a bad idea. I could make you eat your own fingers, or fall in love with a cloud.
Hello to you too. Maybe you got a task for me.
There's a little settlement called Borderwatch. It's a nice, peaceful place. And dull.
Borderwatch is inhabited by Khajiits who have the prophecy about the end of the world. Our task is to do everything to make the apocalypse happen. More information about Kashara prophecy we can learn from the local shaman.
It is said our town will be overrun by disease-carrying creatures. Rats, I would imagine. Horrible little things. I always keep a powerful rat poison around, in case I see one of the little monsters.
Rats? How can I summon a whole pack? The innkeeper will help us here. She got a wonderful collection of cheeses, including a rare one, Orloy cheese, which has a very disgusting smell. She keeps her cheeses in a separate stand right here in the inn near the counter. I guess we need to make a theft. Let's sneak here during the night when everybody is sleeping and steal the precious cheese. Now the only thing left is just to throw it into the pot on the street near the inn and enjoy the spectacle of shaman running around the village, throwing poison and trying to drive the rats away.
You've seen it. You've seen the first sign. Perhaps this is the beginning of the Kashara.
But what about the second prophecy?
It is foretold that our livestock will fall dead in their fields, with no apparent explanation.
Do you remember poison the shaman scattered all around the village? Let's go and pick up some. Now let's go to the poor animals and add that poison to their food. After a while, the poor creatures will die. Cruel quest, but what to do? It's time for the third prophecy, the prophecy of fear. And all we need to do is just to go to the center of the village. Something is happening to the sky. It's turning red. I hear thunder. The rain of burning dogs is hard to forget. The villagers will think that the apocalypse has come and will run aimlessly around the village. This quest is over. Friends, and what about you? What quests do you remember from Oblivion? Drop me a comment. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoy it, and I will meet you in my next one.